Uh-oh, I was muted. I've been told all the good material that I just wasted, huh? All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome here to TurkPride.tv. Apologize for the little audio difficulties there, but we're just underway with the Knights and the Turks here at Sultan High School. Rain is descending a little bit more steadily here, and we're hoping that we can get this game in because last regular season last week of the regular season, I should say, is this week. So it makes rescheduling games very, very challenging in that you already have 3 on the books this week scheduled. So we'll kind of keep an eye on that and keep you apprised as we go. So 2 outs here in the top of the first. Runner out to first base for the Knights. Powell delivers. That's low and gets underneath Hamilton's glove. And the runner's going to safely make his way down to second base and now is in scoring position. We'd like to recognize Gordy Hill and the groundskeeping crew for getting the field in playable shape today. It was a challenge. It was definitely a challenge. We were keeping an eye on it. And Athletic Director Sifferman said, yeah, we're still a go. We're still a go. But with that being said, they have already, my executive producer, Dave Moon, already told me that the girls' softball game, which was scheduled for today, has been canceled already. So that's kind of an indication that it's we're right on that edge of being able to play today. Powell delivers. That's low ball, and runner's going to go. Hamilton makes a throw and just gets underneath the tag. So a good throw by Hamilton. Good play by Deason there at third. But the runner gets in just in time under the tag. That's low. Powell struggling here a little bit early on with his control. Have to keep a fresh supply of dry baseballs out there today. I think they'll be going through them pretty fast with the muddy conditions on the field and then obviously the rain that is descending upon us right now. Powell gets his sign. And that's low ball 4. So we're going to give up a walk on that. The Knights are going to have runners at the corners here with 2 outs still in the top of the first. Yes, Keenan Shutt, I believe is how that's pronounced, this young man's name. We do apologize. I do apologize in advance if I mispronounce any of your sons or friends' names, players on the Knights. We did get a roster from the coach, but it is just a little bit challenging to make out some of the names. So we do apologize in advance for any mispronunciations of any of the young men's names today. And runner goes. He's going to go over to second. So we have now runners at second and third for the Knights. Still 2 outs here in the top of the first inning. No score. Thank you for joining us here on TurkPride.tv, your home for all things Sultan Athletics. That's a nice pitch in there for a strike. 0-2. So Powell really looking to get himself out of this jam right here and come in and get to the bottom of the first inning unscathed. Hamilton sets up low. And that's not quite that low, though. We don't want to quite that low. And the rain continues in a steady fashion. Not real heavy, but it is steady. And popped up. Should be very playable. Whitmire-Skeeth over there. Yes, he gets it. So bounced off of Whitmire-Skeeth, but the right fielder, Day, makes the play, and that's out number 3. So we're head to the bottom of the first. The score 0-0. All right, leading things up for the Turks, number 1, Lawson Coy. Swing and a miss. Strike 1. Fouled off the screen, strike 2. And Coy hits a slow roller to the shortstop. Comes up throwing hard. Not in time. Nice leadoff single there by Coy. Good hustle play. And that's something you'll see. The grass is a little on the longer side, like we talked about. Groundskeeping crew didn't get a chance to mow today because of the damp conditions. And that, comprised with the wet conditions that we have today, is going to allow opportunities like that to happen. All right, Jack Hamilton, number 27, the catcher, steps in. Ooh, wow. Ooh. That was a fly. That was a line drive foul. It almost hit that beautiful black Cadillac Escalade that's sitting over there. It's like, oh, it's nothing like parking a $60,000 car next to a baseball field, right? All right, the rain continues to fall here. Yeah, it has picked up in intensity a little bit. I'm not. We'll keep our fingers crossed, but I'm not that hopeful that we're going to be able to continue much longer if it doesn't let up. Strike. 1 ball, 2 strikes, no outs here in the bottom of the first. Runner on first. Lawson Coy with the leadoff single for the Turks. We have a small contingent that has joined us from Kings High School. We welcome them, as well as the fans supporting the hometown team. And chopped. That's a slow roller. Again, that's going to be the same type of situation we saw before, but this time was able to get him. So very similar to the first one. Coy makes his way over to second, and we have got now 1 out in the bottom of the first. Going to bring up Tyler Deason. Or Cody Deason, excuse me. I'm sorry. Mr. Deason steps in. Strike 1, inside corner. And lifted foul, out of play, down the third baseline. Let's clear out to the tennis courts. That's nice. That's a nice shot right there. Chopped foul again down the third baseline. So the count stays at 0-2. Outside ball. 1-2. Ball. I know it looked like a pretty good pitch from this vantage point, but The Kings coach said the guy must be 6'5", and Deason said no, 6'4". Yeah, that's a strike. All right. All right, we now have 2 outs here for the Turks. Yeah, Jaden Boyd. Jaden Boyd, number 22, playing left field today, steps in for the Turks with his teammate Lawson Coy still out there at second, taking a nice lead. And Turks are hoping to strike first with the runner now in scoring position, but 2 outs in the the bottom of the first. Rain continues to fall here at Sultan High School. But I do like our nice dry location, Dave. We don't get wet like softball does. Yeah, well, the tent today for softball would have been a must. But again, the softball game has already been called due to weather. And I think it's only a matter of time before we'll probably have the same here, as things have not let up. If anything, the rain has increased in intensity since we went on the air. And again, we're just now in the bottom of the first. And that's outside. Oh, got it. My mistake. Got the strike on the outside corner. Oh, it's ball. And ball 4. So Boyd's going to get a free pass. We're going to have runners now at first and second for the Turks. Still 2 outs in the bottom of the first. And Tremaine Powell. Tremaine Powell steps in, our starting pitcher today, with an opportunity to help his own cause here and see if he can knock somebody around and get him in for to get a run on the board. Outside ball. Two balls, no strikes. Inside ball 3. So we'd like to thank our executive producer, Diamond Dave Moon, doing double duty here. He's producing and running scoreboard and doing PA announcements. He's doing Zoltan, young Zoltan. Young Zoltan didn't make it today. Chopped. That's a slow roller. It stays fair and makes the tag for out number 3. So the Turks threaten but do not score. We go to the top of the second. Score still 0-0.
Let's say you're driving along in Washington on Highway 2. And you find yourself in Sultan. Better yet, you live here. It's the home of the Turks, by the way. And you realize you haven't had a hot cup of coffee today. That's okay. Just drive east and look for the giant windmill located on the east end of Sultan. Even voted the best coffee in Sky Valley. It's a simple formula. Windmill plus hot coffee equals a happy you. Windmill Espresso, proud sponsor of the Sultan Turks.
All right, we make our way headlong into the second inning, and they have checked field conditions, and we're still good for now. But they've checked some of the key footing areas, and they have deemed the field still playable. The rain has let up a little bit, not much, just a little bit. I would call it a heavy, steady drizzle right now, but we'll definitely keep an eye on the conditions as we continue. Ball low and outside. Powell checks his sign. Delivers. Got him on the helmet there. And that's why we wear protective gear. exact reason right there. You know, Dave, looks like the rain's actually letting up a little bit. Well, they're just going to put a pinch runner in, I think. I don't think it has anything to do with concussion protocol. I think they're just going to put in a pinch runner. So, number 7 in to pinch run. He'll be at first. Next up is Jason Christie in for the Knights. And you know, Dave, I think the rain has started to subside. The rain has started to subside just a little bit. It's like I said, I would call it just a steady drizzle right now. So I think if we can keep not too much more water. Swing and a miss, and runner goes, and he slides in easily into second base. Strike. Swing and a miss. And Cremain gets him on swinging. So that's out number 1. And next up, number 3. Brighton Shutt, I believe, is this young man's name. And Powell likes to throw back to Whitmire Skeeth, but no, it makes it back. check swing, but strike. And another strike. So Powell starting to find his groove here a little bit. Again, he had a little bit, and that's been pretty typical. When we have seen the pitchers this season, they have struggled in the first inning. Second inning, start to get their control dialed in a little bit and do much, much better. And that's what we're seeing from Powell here in the top of the second. Just misses outside. That's low. Ball. Hamilton does a nice job keeping it in front of him. Runner holds at second. One out here in the top of the second. Runner in scoring position at second for the Knights. We are still tied 0-0. Chopped. Slow roller to the shortstop. Comes up throwing hard. Over to first. Got him. Got him. I thought with that delayed call from the field umpire, I thought he might have missed him, but he got him for out number 2. But the runner advances over to third. And boy, Tyler Stern, possibly. I'm having difficulty making out the young man's last name. I think it's Tyler's. Might be Stone. Stern. I'm not sure what this young man's last name is. So we do apologize to any of our fans that are joining us from Kings. The roster that was provided from the coaches is a little legibility is a little challenging in some spots. So I think we're going to make all of the coaches submit typed rosters in big font, right, Dave? Because our eyes aren't as good as they used to be. We need like 14 point or larger. Oh. I think it was what did you say the other day? Everything. Why do they print everything now in 8-point blurry font, right? Why isn't get rid of that blurry 8-point font and everything will be fine? Oh. That's heck getting old. And ball. And inside ball. 3 balls, 1 strike. Again, 2 outs here in the top of the second, so Powell in a position to get himself out of this inning with no damage. Hit foul on the third base line. And that's really where the Turks have struggled this season, is they've gotten behind early and by significant deficits and just never have been able to get themselves back into the games. It's just been very, very challenging when they're playing from behind constantly. So encouraging here, again, if we can get out of this inning with no score, that's an encouraging sign. Fouled over the screen. Yes, it is. Full count. 3 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Runner on third for the Knights. No score. Top of the second here on TurkPride.tv, your home for all things Sultan Athletics. Ooh, that's ball 4. So Powell just had a bad release point on that one, and that was obviously a ball. So we're going to have runners now at the corners, and he's going to have to start again. Oh, runner. Oh, lack of communication there. So runner goes over to second. They forget about the man at third, and he skips in to score a run. So just like that, the Knights score, and they lead now 1-0. And next up for the Knights, Isaac Hughes. And that's driven to straightaway center, and the catch by Coy. Nice play for out number 3. But they score 1. The Turks go to the bottom of the second, trailing 1-0.
Non più tra i farfalloni amoroso, notte e giorno di torno girano, delle belle turbando al riposo, Narcisetto a dolcino d'amor. Delle belle turbando al riposo,
Rico's Pizza, where memories are made.
Thank you.
Thanks. Thanks for not just selling me tires. Thanks for doing the work I needed.
Not suggesting stuff I don't.
Thanks for checking my brakes.
Checking my brakes. Thanks for checking my brakes. For free.
Just to make sure I'm all good.
Who does that anymore?
So thanks.
Thank you. Yeah.
Thanks for doing the right thing by not just selling me tires.
Les Schwab Tires. Doing the right thing matters.
Oh. All right, we are awaiting the continuation. They are putting on some, yeah, putting some drying material on there, and the Kings coach is liberally applying. We're going to use the term liberally applying the turf as drying material out there, and Coach Leverrett's going to come out and do a little grounds work. But for those of you just joining us, it has rained pretty steadily, or I would call it probably a heavy drizzle right now. Mickey Miller just joined us. Mickey, what would you classify this as? A rain, heavy drizzle? She says heavy drizzle. Okay, so it's a heavy drizzle. It's been on since we basically started the game, and the field's hanging in there, but it's definitely getting some puddles and some wet spots, and so they're doing a little bit of groundskeeping here. I think both teams would definitely like to get this game in today, if at all possible, because this is the last week of the regular season. So your opportunities for reschedules become very, very limited as you're trying to already have 3 scheduled. So if you're unable to complete the game today, you've got to figure this game in either Tuesday or Thursday are your only other options. And so it starts getting pretty tight. Yeah, we're getting some puddles on first base. We're getting some puddles behind the catcher. I don't see any at second or third yet. Third looks a little damp, but not puddling. But we have a little bit of puddling going on at first. But yeah, going to be nice wet feet tonight. So, all right, but we're going to play on. We make our way, again, to the bottom of the second. And hit a slow roller to the first baseman. Pitcher comes over to cover, and he gets there in time for out number 1.
Now batting, number 7, Joe Day.
All right, Joe Day out there. Yes, and we would like to, we'll catch that here in just a moment. We'd like to welcome back Coach Day. Coach Aaron Day is here, rejoining us after his brief suspension last week for 1 game with his difference of opinion with the home plate umpire. And Mickey Miller here to my left had a little, it was an interesting day for all. Mickey got in trouble. Coach Day got in trouble. It's good to see he was an equal opportunity, enforcer, right? Dave, it works better when you put the headset and the microphone on. You can talk to me, but if you want somebody else to hear, you got to put the microphone on. Ball outside.
Well, with Aaron getting ejected, that means that bar is really high, Mickey. So you had to work really hard.
What do you think, Mickey can get herself ejected today? Is that what she's going to try to do? Well, she was late getting here, so I don't know. Does that count?
Tardy.
She was tardy getting here. We'll write her tardy. All right. Yeah, that's right. You're more than 10 minutes you're absent. 3 balls, 2 strikes, 1 out here in the bottom of the second. Oh, and a late swing by Day. It's probably one that he shouldn't have taken a swing at. And he goes down on strikes. So 2 outs. And I think this is Trey Sargent.
Number 10, Tyler Sargent.
Or Tyler Sargent, excuse me, Tyler Sargent. This is the first time I've seen Tyler this season, so it's good to have him out there helping, because I know the Turks are a man down with Mr. Keeler getting injured last week. And hits one sharply, but right to the second baseman, over to first for out number 3. So, no runs for the Turks. We head headlong to the third, trailing 1-0.
Oh, hold on.
Let's say you're driving along in Washington on Highway 2 and you find yourself in Sultan. Better yet, you live here. It's the home of the Turks, by the way. And you realize you haven't had a hot cup of coffee today. That's okay. Just drive east and look for the giant windmill, located on the east end of Sultan. Even voted the best coffee in Sky Valley. It's a simple formula. Windmill plus hot coffee equals a happy you. Windmill Espresso, proud sponsor of the Sultan Turks.
Yeah, and with Mickey could literally walk around, get the kids to give you the music, right? We put it on the iPad, and you make them pick their segment, their 11 seconds or whatever they want.
Well, the other day I brought my DJ out and mixed that a little bit too.
Nice.
It's really easy. But yours,
Yeah,
yours is made for that specific purpose.
Yeah, they set it out by numbers, and you can resort the numbers of the lineup on the fly.
All right, we are on our way to the third inning here, and on a field that is wet and getting wetter, but they play on.
I can't believe we made it this far.
I know. Powell high and outside, ball one. Ball two. So, Dave, what do we have going on the rest of the week here on TurkPride.tv?
Let's see. Tomorrow we have soccer.
Soccer tomorrow.
Oh, I'm sorry. Softball tomorrow.
Okay.
Thursday is senior night for soccer.
Okay.
And Friday's baseball. And it's
Friday's baseball?
senior night for baseball, or is it next week?
Senior night, I believe this last home game is on Friday. So, and then the girls game today was rained out, so they'll have to reschedule that one this week as
May
well.
3rd.
May 3rd.
They've already got a date for it, and it's starting an hour earlier. It's starting at 3.
Oh, got him. Just barely clipped him. Not sure if it got his jersey or it got his elbow, but got him nevertheless. So he's going to trot down to first base.
Number 17, Tyler Durbin.
And Tyler Durbin, number 17, steps in.
Mickey reads those names a little better than I do.
Yeah. And runner goes. And pitches outside, picked a good pitch to run on. So the rain has lessened even more so. I would call it just a light drizzle now. And runner goes, but he's going to hold up. And you can see base running out there is a challenge. Players, either you're going to get really muddy when you drop and slide, or you have to step kind of lightly because the footing is not the best. Balls and no strikes. And he gets the corner. Strike one. 3-1. All right, he'll have the green light here to swing away. pitch. And ball 4. So we got runners now at the corners. Still no outs here in the top of the third. So speaking of our broadcast, David, maybe we'll give you an opportunity to give your little spiel as far as more subscribers.
Wait, what was that? Why did he get to go to second?
I did. I would.
Yeah, they're arguing that the ball's still alive.
Yeah, if the ball was in play, was it? Yeah. Jack's basically saying it's a dead ball. Plate umpire is saying no, the ball's in play, and so the runner adeptly ran over from first to second. So, Coach Lever's going to come out and have a little convo here with the home plate umpire. So, Dave, is a good opportunity for us to talk about our broadcast here on YouTube and how we keep this programming free and easy to get to.
That's right. So, if you've been with us for a while, you remember the years of paying for TurkPride.tv or getting a code so you didn't have to pay for TurkPride.tv.
It was painful. It
so
was just painful.
It was super painful. And who wants to pay for high school sports?
Yeah, exactly.
Right?
Come on.
I mean, I want you to pay for high school sports, but who else wants you to pay for high school sports?
Nobody else would.
So in order to keep TurkPride.tv free, we switched to YouTube. So it's equal access for everybody.
Oh, hang on a second. Oh, now we got the coach having a little altercation. The Kings coach actually having a little verbal interaction with a home plate umpire's telling him to just pipe down. Coach is continuing to kind of chip away, the Kings coach, with a fan here at Sultan High School. And home plate umpire is saying, let's knock it off and let's play some ball here. And the Kings players are all kind of riled up. The issue, I think, is that the Turks fan was making a comment that the coach was telling his player to go, I guess, or doing something not quite kosher. But anyway, I didn't catch all of that. But there was a little bit of an exchange, verbal exchange between the Kings first base coach and a fan here at the stadium. And that's a ball. 2 balls, no strikes. And that's a ball. 3-0. Hamilton trying to keep those baseballs dry. I tell you, it's tough today. It's tough, boy. Even when you do catch them, it's rain. Like I said, pretty steady drizzle still going on here. The weather has not let up much. We did have one period where the rain was coming down a little bit harder, but it's a pretty steady drizzle all game long. But they're still trying to get this game in, and we play on here in the third. And that's popped sky high. Coy, the center fielder, comes clear over to make the catch and gets the ball in, and it's a long fly ball out, and runners hold at second and third respectively. So, David, you were saying we need to get subscriber, right? Press the subscribe button is how people can help us out?
Absolutely. That's how we do it. So in order to keep TurkPride.tv free and equal access to everybody and easy from your big screens at home with the built-in apps and all that sort of stuff.
Any device.
Any device, any place, anytime, anywhere. We switched to YouTube. Now, YouTube, when we switched to YouTube, they were pretty generous with us. They monetized our content.
Ball one.
Gave us money. We like money.
Life was good.
Life was good. Then YouTube changed their policies and said, okay, before we give you money, you have to have X number of subscribers to your channel. Right? We worked hard. We got up to that X number of subscribers. And YouTube started giving us money again. Then YouTube decided, let's strike. Let's change that again. And hit the bar real high for us to get there.
Higher.
Way
jump
higher.
Higher. Jump higher.
That's right. And I feel like that, remember that Geico commercial with the dollar on the fishing line? Oh, you almost got it.
Almost got it. Come on.
That's TurkPride.tv jumping for YouTube.
Dangle that carrot out there. You got to get that carrot. It's on a stick with the rope just past where you can reach it. Just past. You got to keep running faster and faster, and you never quite get to that carrot.
So so we're halfway there.
Good.
So the increase was tenfold
The 1,000 is the magic number,
Yep.
right?
Yep.
Okay.
Prior to that, it was 100.
Jeez,
Prior to
wow.
that, it was nothing.
All right. But
so-
by hitting the subscribe button is how they can help us there, right?
That's right.
And, they don't,
And it doesn't mean anything. I mean, we're not going to send you emails.
not going to spam you.
No, you're just telling YouTube that you're interested. You like our content is all you're doing.
There you go.
And
keep it free. Keep it available.
that's right.
Wow.
Yep. And then if you see a game that you really want to see over and over again, you hit that thumbs up, and that adds it to your favorite. So chances are you probably don't want to do that. You want to hit that subscribe button.
Yep. We appreciate your help. All right, back to action. 3 balls, 1 strike. 3 balls, 2 strikes. So full count. 1 out here. The Knights have 1 out. Runners on second and third. And that's lifted to straightaway center. Coy's got a good beat on it, makes the catch, runner tags, and they will score 1. And now makes it 2-0 Kings. So Dave, do you ever, I know we joke about it a lot as far as, new programming on turkbride.tv, and we give you all kinds of crazy ideas and stuff like that. But do people, is there a mechanism for people to say, hey, to give you really legitimate suggestions of things that they would like to see you stream, things that we don't do currently? I know you do pretty much everything, but what it would be a mechanism for somebody to do that if they wanted to say, hey, is it possible to do this? How would that work?
Well, if you're a student at Sultan High School, just reach out to any broadcast member. We're always talking about
Swing and a miss.
new ideas and fun things to do, creating unique content. And if you're a parent,
I was
reach
thinking
out.
more of our viewers that watch the broadcasts and stuff that aren't necessarily affiliated directly with the school district.
Well, if you go to the turkpride.tv website, there's a way to contact us there. You can certainly email me directly.
Okay.
I'm open to it all the time.
Great.
We monitor the chat sessions that are happening right here on YouTube.
Yeah,
so
please
absolutely
comment.
chat. So
Chime in. We'd love to hear from you.
tell us who you are, where you're watching from, and we'll give you a shout out to
Okay,
it.
sounds great.
And who your player is. We'll make sure we call your attention to them when they're active.
There you go. All right. So great ways to participate and add your input on things that you would like to see us consider adding here on turkbride.tv, your home for all things Sultan Athletics. Inside, and nice throw by Hamilton over to Deason, but just not in time. And they now have a runner at third with still 2 outs here in the top of the 3rd inning. And they're going to have another little conversation, looks like. I think they're going to talk field. They're going to talk, I'm not sure if they're talking field conditions or what they're talking about here. It looks like they're looking around a little bit. Yeah, they're talking field conditions. Well, looks like the umpire is saying, we are done, coach. So I think is what I heard him say. Yeah, that is it, folks. So they, based on field conditions, they have called the game, and I can't say that I'm really that surprised. Field conditions continued to deteriorate. Rain continued to fall throughout this game, and we didn't get quite through 3. So we'll reschedule and we'll try this one again. So Dave, your week, your busy week just got a little bit busier.
Right, now let's go ahead and add another game to
Let's
it.
add another one, right?
Hey, Jordan just gave us a shout out. Jordan, it looks like they're calling it right now. Yep, it's called.
Yeah, it is called. So unfortunately, we did not get a complete game in today. Weather just would not permit that happening, and so we will reschedule and we will have this one happening, I would guess, still later this week, I would think, because again, these teams, I should say Kings is in a position where they will be heading to the postseason. So I would say if they are going to play this one, we'd have to do so either tomorrow or on Thursday. But please check the schedules, and we'll get that updated just as quickly as they can get that rescheduled and updated on the North Sound website. All right. Well, that was a bummer. Wish we could have got that one in today, but we understand safety for the players and so forth. We got to keep that in mind, and the field was just not playable. So, all right. Well, for myself, Mickey Miller, and executive producer Diamond Dave Moon. Dave, any final comments before we go off the air? Or?
No, I don't know how this is going to work. I don't know if I can continue the stream later or have to fire up a brand new stream and pick up where we left off. But
yeah, I guess you'll have to figure it out. Huh?
Yeah, but our fans know how to get to find us, so we'll make it happen.
Go. You know, so yeah, well, kind of an anticlimactic end to today, but again, we got to do what we got to do. Just under an hour. Hey, that was the quickest game of the year, though. It was only an hour. It could be the longest. Yeah, for right now, it's the quickest. It could end up being the longest, right? So, all right. Well, ladies and gentlemen, we appreciate you spending a little time with us here this afternoon. Hope you enjoyed what we were able to bring you just as much as we enjoyed bringing it to you here on TurkPride.tv, your home for all things Sultan Athletics.